I'm going to answer the age-old question. Trailing stop or fixed stop loss? I know I usually talk about psychology, but let's kind of go into a little bit more of a technical ramble right now. So when traders ask whether a trailing stop or a fixed stop works better, they usually expect a direct answer, but trading doesn't work that way. There is no universal right or wrong between the two options. Now, both approaches can be absolutely valid, both can fail. And what matters is context, the strategy you use, the market conditions you trade, and your ability to actually execute the strategy to begin with. So for those of you who don't know, a fixed stop is straightforward. You define your risk in advance and you place your stop loss accordingly. The advantage is that your maximum loss is always clear and the decision is simple. The limitation, though, is that a fixed stop cannot adjust as the market moves. So if the trade goes far in your favor and then reverses, you may watch profit disappear because your stop stayed exactly where it was placed. Now, a trailing stop moves with the trade. Let me put down my mouse there. As price advances, the stop locks in additional potential profit. And the benefit is the ability to capture extended moves. Now, the limitation is that normal pullbacks can remove you from good trades too early. And so what looks efficient in a very strong trend can feel frustrating in a choppy market. So with those definitions, what's better? Well, neither. Each has its place. Each has its environments where it thrives. So how do we get this clarity about what we do? Well, the real path is not in searching for the right answer from the beginning, but in searching for it in testing. And by testing, you see how both methods behave over time. I'm not talking about back testing, I'm talking about real life. Because you see when they perform well and when they create problems, and with enough live market experience, you stop looking for this certainty and the surety in advance. You begin to recognize the patterns of what performs better in your strategy in real time, times one method serves your strategy better than the other. And this brings us to a much deeper principle. Of course, it's me, so I'm gonna go as deep as I can into this stuff. The method to master what we're talking about in trading requires a shift in priorities. Now, most traders begin with the goal of making money very quickly, and they treat every decision as though it must immediately produce profit. But this mindset makes real progress impossible. And in the early stages, your task is not to make money or to win. Your task is to gather information. And when you stop measuring the outcome of your trades at the beginning in terms of profit or loss, you actually create space to observe the way that it behaves. You can watch how a trailing stop behaves in a different environment. You can see how fixed stops react to volatility. And so you begin to notice what works within your system and what does not. And so every trade essentially becomes a piece of data, and every decision is now part of your education process. And now doing it this way feels slower, but it is the foundation of you being able to master your strategy, you being able to figure out fixed or trailing. And you only after you've observed enough of the market behavior, you've tested enough variations and built enough discipline, can you know with certainty which method is going to fit your system. Now, that certainty does not come from anything you do before you hit the live markets. It comes from time in the market and the patience to treat that time as training and practice. So the question is not which is better, trailing stops or fixed stops. The question is, have I spent enough time gathering the information that will show me when each method works? And the answer is not found in shortcuts. You have to do it through testing. You have to do it through experience. And you have to do it through the willingness to step away from chasing that immediate profit.